Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Conwell Egan Catholic High School. We are here for a girls' soccer game between Conwell Egan and Prendie. So to start the broadcast, we got John Roybal and John Velez. Just a quick question to start. What do you guys want to see out of this team today to get a win?
Uh, I think today in this game, I would like to see that Conwell Egan moves the ball up from the back of the field and works it up the sides. And if they could just work the sides real well, I think they should have no problem winning today.
Maybe some good defense too would be nice too.
Definitely good offense, good defense. Sounds like a good recipe to win. Before we start today, though, before we start the broadcast, we just want to have a quick moment of silence to remember the events that happened this day 24 years ago on September 11th, and just for a moment of silence for all the violence around the world today. Thank you for that. And we are just moments away from Conwell Egan taking on Prendie in this girls' soccer match. All right, the whistle is blown, and we are underway from Conwell Egan taking on Prendie. Prendie will start it in their back end. They were trying to pass it back to the defense and roll all the way out of the back. It will be a goal kick for Prendie after that out of bounds, and it's nearly stolen by Conwell Egan. They have it in the box. It is. The shot goes wide. Keeper for Prendie plays it out to the right side. It's up the middle, and it'll fall back to the Egan defense. They will play it across the left side. Ball centered in the middle of the box. Hit down on the ground. A shot and a save by the keeper.
Okay.
Looks like it'll be a corner kick for Conwell Egan on the left side.
It's a low shot from the side into the middle. Egan will gain possession.
And shoots.
Into the middle, here's a
and
shot,
it
and she
scores.
scores. So a nice shot from the side for Conwell Egan. Finds the back of the net, and they will take a quick 1-0 lead just 3 minutes into this match. Guys, what do we see out of that goal?
Oh no, the Eagles look like they're playing the ball into the middle. The Eagles look like they're playing the ball into the middle real well today. all the crosses I've seen so far, they really have taken a shot with each cross. So if they continue to do that, it should be no problem today.
The Eagles' offense is pretty. Oh wait, Eagles' offense is pretty good so far. Um,
Looks like the keeper was injured on that last sequence for Prendie, so they will have a new keeper in the game, and Conwell Egan will gain possession right after that goal. They steal it right back in the box, and their shot is immediately turned aside. It will be a corner on the right side for Conwell Egan. Ruth Bryant lines up for that. From the side, she throws it into the middle, and it's played aside. And Egan trying to force it down low, and it's out of bounds. That last kick was forced out of bounds by Conwell Egan. It will be a Prendie throw in from the right side. The original keeper from the start of the game was subbed back. Wasn't an injury, just a possible equipment malfunction. And Conwell Egan will gain control on the right side after that throw in. Egan forcing it up the middle now on the right side. And they lose it and it'll go out of bounds behind the net. Keeper plays it in on the left side for Prendie. It's taken back by Conwell Egan, and they'll play it back out near midfield.
I'll ask you the question then.
There's another shot and another goal for Conwell Egan. They're up 2-0 now, pretty early in this game.
I'll ask you the question.
What's the biggest skill difference between a JV and a varsity player?
I think sometimes it really depends on how calm they are under pressure because varsity moments there's definitely brighter lights than JV. So how calm a player is and how well they can control themselves in the heat of a moment is a really big skill that they can have. So it's 2-0 Conwell Egan after that last goal, and they're still forcing the issue here on Prendie. Definitely a very heavy attack right now. They'll regroup near midfield and take it back in up the middle. Shot from the middle goes wide right, and it'll be another goal kick for Prendie.
It'll be a goal kick for Prendie.
Nice throwing from Conwell Egan is kicked out by a Prendie defender, and now they're going to try and work it up to the middle. It's taken away by Conwell Egan, and they'll regroup and attack back in on the left side. Have it to the middle now, a shot, and they score! A rainbow shot from the middle goes over the keeper and in, and Conwell Egan up 3-0 at the 33-minute mark. Guys, what we see at that last goal from Conwell Egan?
I feel like that was a great build-up from the Eagles. That shot was actually pretty amazing. Top right.
Definitely a good build-up for Conwell Egan. They're regrouping and controlling the ball really well so far through the game. They are dominating right now. And here they are, right back on the attack. Keep the ball in on the left side. Guys, Prendie's dug themselves into a bit of a hole early in this game. How are we going to see them bounce back? What are they going to try and do?
I think what they have to do is work the ball up in the back field and honestly work it up the sides. What I've seen so far is they're trying to force it up the middle too much. If they work it up the sides, I feel like they will have a chance to come back in this game.
Definitely substitution.
Egan will regroup it at center and now attack on the right side. Going to the middle, another shot. Pass goes wide, and another shot from the left side was turned aside by the keeper. She's made a couple saves this far. How good do you think she's going to fare in this game if Conwell Egan keeps up this attack?
I think the keeper honestly will start to show some signs of fatigue and some mental strains, because with the score building up, I think the keeper will start to get in her head and honestly put the pressure on herself. But if the defense on Prendie starts to help her out, I feel like they will be able to come back in this game.
Maybe.
Definitely. We see Conwell Egan make some subs before that corner kick. Bounces around the middle, now comes back. Egan back on the attack now. Another shot is turned aside and then goes off the post. The keeper deflected that with her hand. Was able to change the direction of the ball enough to make it go off the post and keep it out of the net. Conwell Egan takes possession again with another turnover, and we'll go right back on the attack.
So, Matt, what do you think you've seen the Eagles do well so far this game?
I've seen them attack, and right there as they score another goal, they've taken a lot of shots, especially in hockey. The more you put it on net, the more better results you're going to get, and they are getting a lot of good results off their shots right now. Definitely a very good attack for Conwell Egan. After that goal, it is 4-0 Conwell Egan, and they have been all over Prendie so far. Forcing another turnover. Trying to get the ball into the box, and a shot will go wide off the outside of the net. It'll be another goal kick for Prendie. Turned over again by Prendie off the pressure from Conwell Egan.
Matt, what do you think?
Continue to keep the pressure.
I definitely think they're not giving Prendie much room to really do anything. And this is where you can get really frustrated in a game if things don't go your way. So they're definitely just wearing Prendie down here.
Matt, it seems like Prendie is starting to argue between themselves. What do you think that'll result in?
That's definitely going to cause more miscommunication than what's already going on. We've seen multiple turnovers from them in their own end. So they just got to take a breath right now as a team, calm down, and just start with little goals to get them out of their own end.
Maybe some better communication and maybe some less errors in the game.
Here's another corner kick for Conwell Egan. So it'll go from a corner kick for Conwell Egan to a goal kick for Prendie. She'll pass it on the right side, and it's turned over by Conwell Egan, and it will be a Prendie ball for a throw-in. Prendie will throw it in from the left side. More great pressure from Conwell Egan forces another turnover. And they'll play it all the way across. And it's taken right back by Conwell Egan. Stolen again by Conwell Egan. Played to the middle of the box. Out to the right side, and Prendie will try and clear it. Conwell Egan gets the ball back. Attacks from the right side. Switch sides now. Now coming from the left. I actually think Conwell might be letting up on their attack a little bit. We're seeing them pass it back a little more than they have been earlier.
I think so. I think they are really just trying to control the game now. Really control the game movement. Really control the pace of the game. I think they are 100% confident in their skill to really be in control. They have shown that they are capable to run up the score.
And keep control in the game is very important.
Foul committed by Egan results in a Prendie kick, but it's taken right back from by Egan, and they'll try to go right back on the attack. Egan definitely showing superior control with this passing game. They're just going back and forth and playing keep away from Prendie. Now they'll go all the way back to their keeper. Now attacking from the left side. They'll play it up right on the sideline.
It looks like it will be offsides by the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely saw them try to thread the needle there. Just a little bit off, but still a good idea with how good their passing's been this far.
Matt, what do you think is one of the major errors Prendie has made so far?
I think they might be rushing some of their decisions. I've seen them make some passes to people that aren't set like that right there. She just kind of errantly threw the ball right to someone who wasn't expecting it. But these are just minor errors that can be cleaned up. And I think if they clean that up, they can at least try to get on the board and get some sort of momentum here.
This lock in here.
This ball was played back to the keeper. She'll hold it, and it's going to set up for a kick now. On the left side, moving to the middle. Egan controls. Now playing it back to their D, looking to regroup.
Thing I really noticed is that Egan has really been running towards his 50-50 ball. Prendie has not really been fighting for those balls. That is why they not gained possession. That's why the Eagles have looked like they are winning tonight.
Definitely, John. Effort is a huge part of any sport, and Egan's definitely shown that they have a lot more effort and a lot more drive in this game. They'll control it again through the middle, getting back on the attack. Take the ball away, moving to the middle, and a shot is saved by the keeper right at her. Guys, how can just a little save like that even give a little bit of momentum to a team to try and come back and give them just that a little more drive and a little more fight? There's another turnover by Prendie. Thought they would break out a little bit, but another pass to someone who wasn't really expecting it gives it right back to Conwell Egan to go on the attack. Moving up the left side into the middle. Looking for a shot, and it's saved. Another good save by the keeper. After letting in 4 goals early, she's kind of turned it around here and kept a few good shots out of the net.
I think saves like that really can help the confidence of keepers, Matt. If she continues to save balls like that, I think she'll do just fine.
Definitely. Here's a shot from Conwell Egan that will miss the net and roll towards the sideline. It will be a throw in for Prendie and a sub for Conwell Egan. Prendie will throw it in from deep in their own half on the left side. Egan will gain control again, pass it across the field to the right. Driving on the right side. She's taken down, no foul called. Prendie will try to break it out, but again, some good hustle from Conwell Egan will take the ball away, and they'll regroup and go right back in on the attack.
It seems like they're just really giving the Eagles a lot of space to work with. They aren't really pressuring them that much.
That can be a very big problem in games if they don't put the pressure on them and they let them roam free around the field.
Definitely, time and space is definitely very important for any sport. The more time you have, the more time you can think, the more time you can act. Now Conwell Egan back on the attack. Long shot from outside the box will go high over the net, and that one didn't miss by much. Goal kick from Prendie. Go to the left side. Pressure by Conwell Egan. That ball will roll out, and it will be another throw-in for Prendie from the left side. Another throw-in turned over by Prendie, and will be gained by Conwell Egan. Just under 20 minutes left in this half, about 18:39 remaining, and Conwell Egan has definitely dominated this game. Here's another shot, saved by the keeper.
Egan's ability to really switch the field of attack has really shown why they are the better team.
Prendie will send it in from the keeper. Another turnover, and the ball's given right back to Conwell Egan.
Again, in the control and the space here, they're just really not pressuring them at all. That might just be the downfall of Prendie today.
Definitely, you can see that defender had a lot of free space to work with, and she could just easily give it back to her keeper without much. And you can see there the Prendie strikers are not really taking up much space as Conwell Egan's freely breaking it out across the middle. Conwell Egan takes it back, now attacking from the right side. Pass to the middle goes all the way through the box. Race to get it at the sideline, and it will go out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in for Prendie. Prendie yelling for their player, the keeper yelling for her players to get open. And how frustrating can this be for a keeper? I mean, she really hasn't had a break. She's really just had to be on her game. You can see the Conwell Egan keeper is just kind of sitting at the top of her box, haven't really had to do much.
That just shows that the team has just really bad communication with each other, but if they really just, communicate better and they might just be able to come out on top, but so far it just doesn't quite look like it.
Definitely. I mean, the defense for Prendie has just left her keeper open. As there's a free shot from right around the top right side of the box that goes over the net. And just like we said, a lot of time and space for these Conwell Egan forwards. Just a lot of time for them to just get a lot of shots on net.
Looks like Prendie will be subbing out a lot of their defense right now. Maybe they are trying to change.
Maybe try to get the more control, maybe the more pressure onto the Conwell Egan offense, maybe.
Definitely a fresh line change, fresh group of bodies could be good for Prendie as they try to put more pressure on Conwell Egan, and they'll have after a foul they'll have a free kick from deep in their own half on the left side.
I think one of the weak points with Prendie today is really their passing accuracy and their passing speed. It seems like they are taking just way too long to get the ball off their foot. If they were to get it off their foot faster, they might be able to get around Conwell's.
I do agree here. I mean, we're seeing from Egan they have they have more control and more open, honestly, just more communication. And I feel like if they just communicate more and just try to get better on their passing, maybe they'll be able to get on top.
Yeah, definitely. We can see what crisp passing can do for a team as Conwell Egan has been all over Prendie so far in the first half. Around 14 and a half minutes remaining here. It's been all Conwell Egan. They lead it 4-0 right now. 4 quick goals. Conwell Egan back on the attack here. Playing one down the left side of the box. Here's a shot and they score. 5-0 Conwell Egan, a goal from the left side. And it kind of looked like the keeper didn't even try to make an attempt at it. Do you think she didn't see it right or just wasn't really expecting that hard a shot?
Maybe just didn't expect that hard of a shot. Maybe expected a tight, maybe a small little pass into the field. I mean, to the goal.
Conwell Egan now leads it 5-0 after that goal. And it has definitely been all Conwell Egan in this first half. Just like we said about their pass accuracy, there's another pass that was kind of right at a Conwell Egan player, not really anywhere close to a Prendie forward. And Conwell Egan will regroup all the way back to their keeper.
And they're just letting the person go. Maybe we can.
Conwell Egan comes away with the ball from the middle, and a shot is turned aside by the keeper, but the rebound is put right back in the net for Conwell Egan. So we saw a hard shot from the middle, not much defensive pressure from Prendie, and the keeper actually made a really good initial save, but the defense wasn't there to clean up that rebound. What do we see from that goal?
It really looks like the defense has just not been running towards the ball. They kind of just like walked towards it. They have not really had the same pace of game as the Eagles have.
They're just honestly just letting the Eagles walk over their defense and just letting them score easily.
With 11:50 left in the first half, Prendie finds himself down in a pretty big hole here. And Conwell Egan will play the ball right back down in Prendie's zone. Other breakout through the middle for Conwell Egan. Plays it right down low in the middle of the box, all alone, and they score again. So another Conwell Egan striker just walking right through Prendie's defense. And what do you think Prendie can do to clean it up, just to even give themselves a little momentum in this game?
I think Prendie has really just been leaving way too large of gaps in the defense. They are just letting those balls right down the middle just go right through them, and they just haven't really been stopping them. And they just let each striker walk right through them.
I do say too, maybe we can just get better on the communication. I have seen during the game a couple players been yelling at each other to pass the ball and try to block. Maybe that might be a big hole in their defense so far.
It's now 7-0 Conwell Egan, a huge lead in terms of soccer. And they will go right back on the attack. Right through the middle, a shot, and they score again.
It seems like Prendie has really just kind of given up on defense at this point. What do you think?
It definitely just seems like just huge gaps that they honestly shouldn't really be there. The defense definitely just letting Conwell Egan's forwards walk all over them right here. So now we're seeing a little forecheck from Prendie on this side. Just this is the first real pressure we've seen all day. What do you think that means for them?
I think this could be a really big turnover for Prendie. Maybe start to break out a little bit into the game. Maybe get a score. Maybe get a goal.
We see Conwell Egan gain possession right here, but that's really the only play that Prendie's had in this half of the field at this point in the game. So who knows? Conwell Egan's gotten 8 goals this quickly. Maybe Prendie can get a turnover, get a lucky bounce. You never know in games like this. Something can turn really easily. This ball is played out on the right side by Conwell Egan, and Prendie will have a throw in right near midfield. Prendie able to get a little bit of control there, and they'll force a throw in deep on the right side in Conwell Egan's zone. And what do you think they can do here? I mean, their corners haven't been crisp, their passing hasn't been crisp. What can they do here to try and at least get a lucky bounce and put it in the net?
I think if they can just put it in the box, and if someone gets a foot on it, they should have a good chance at getting a shot with an unexpected keeper who hasn't really faced any shots all day.
Definitely that's something to keep an eye on. I mean, the Egan keeper hasn't faced really anything. She's just had a couple regroups come to her. So coming into a situation like that cold and facing a shot, you never know what's going to happen as Conwell Egan's defense will regroup back to their keeper and she'll have a chance to play it out here. Egan will regroup on this side, try to play it up the middle. They're right around midfield. There's a turnover from Prendie, and that's what we haven't really seen from them. You saw the midfielder, she stepped up and she was able to force that ball back to her defense. That was definitely a good play that they need to keep doing. So after a little bit of offensive zone time, Prendie finds themselves back in their own zone playing defense, and Conwell Egan will have a throw in.
Maybe this could be the breakthrough for Prendie. Maybe they can actually finally start putting some pressure on Egan.
Guys, we can see number 16 on Prendie. She's been one of the only players on the team that's really put pressure on the defense, and we can see her running with all her effort right at the defenders with the ball. What do you think that could do for a team, a player like that, having a player like
I
that?
think maybe it would be maybe just a good role model to maybe convince the team to start playing a little better, or maybe start just trying to regroup and just try to do better.
Definitely having a player like that is that can turn a team around. Someone who is doing the right thing and then leads others to do the right thing. As Conwell Egan will play it to the left side, deep in their own half. A ball played to the middle, towards the middle of the box. Offsides here on Conwell Egan will result in a stoppage in play, and Prendie will sub out one of their defenders, or multiple of their defenders, excuse me.
Maybe this could be the breakthrough for Prendie, and maybe he can stop Conwell Egan from scoring.
You can see that pressure from that one Prendie striker, and she's definitely forcing Conwell Egan to make some decisions. They've had a lot of time to work with, and I think they might be getting a little too comfortable with that time. How dangerous is that for a team to get too comfortable in a situation?
Yo, Matt, I think a big happened start to happen. I mean, the coach have not made too much of a difference with the way Prendie has been playing. What do you think they will do in the second half?
I just think the coach for Prendie's going to have to motivate his team a little bit. I mean, down 8-0, that's a pretty large deficit, especially in soccer. Just some good motivational speaking from the coach. And I mean, that's really all he can do so far. He can't go out there and force his players to play better. He can only help them try to get better. So that's really all he can do here. Egan will have another corner from the right side with just a little over 2 minutes left in this first half. The corner will come to the middle and then back to the right side and a shot on net. That shot there was another goal for Conwell Egan. Sorry for the delay there. We couldn't really have a good angle to see if it went in or not. But that will make it 9-0 now, Conwell Egan. About 1:30 left in the first half. And guys, what can Prendie do to just like maybe feel a little bit better about themselves after this game?
Hopefully, just not give up and just try their best to stay in the game and just not lose hope.
Prendie's just gonna try and finish this half strong as Conwell Egan will go back on the attack. Prendie trying to play the ball up, and it was taken right away by a Conwell Egan midfielder, and they'll play it back to their defense to regroup and go right back in. Under a minute remaining now, around 49 seconds. Moving from the right side, a ball from the middle. Shot's kept out by the keeper, and she'll hold it. She'll try to waste as much time as she can just holding the ball, trying to get set up to end the half. Right around 30 seconds now. Prendie will play it out to the middle and just going to try and keep it away from Conwell Egan here. Don't want to give up any more goals at this point in the half. And Egan will, with 3 seconds left, just play it back. It's their defense. And that will end the half. So a very dominant half from Conwell Egan, up 9-0 on Prendie. And guys, we've seen Conwell Egan definitely control that entire half. Other than difference in skill, what do you think's been the biggest issue for Prendie that they've had to overcome this half?
What I've seen so far this entire first half is that Prendie is not fast with getting the ball off their foot, and they are really just
Definitely, and the lack of communication on the field is definitely keeping their chances for not winning.
Definitely some good points. And if Prendie can come back and maybe try to fix some of that, do you think that they'll be able to at least get a couple goals here, try to make this game feel a little better for them and not just feel like a complete wipeout?
They just sort of start picking up their play and start getting some shots on goal. That'll help boost their morale, I think, and hopefully boost their morale will lead to some eventual goal.
Definitely got to try and tighten up a little bit, try to put a little more pressure on Conwell Egan. And we're going to take a break now, and we will be back with the second half in a few moments. Alright, the second half is about to get underway here as Conwell Egan's about to kick off. Prendie's taking the field, and John, what can we see from Prendie here? Just try and start the half strong. Try to get going with a little bit of momentum.
Definitely keep the pressure up and maybe try to get some goals in. And, and there is a chance they can still come back from this game. So this game is not over yet. So I wouldn't give up hope just yet.
Definitely never give up hope, especially in sports. You never know what's happening. We've seen some crazy comebacks, professional sports, youth sports. You never know what can happen. So Conwell Egan about to kick it off here, and they will be coming to our right this time. They were going to our left in the first half. Team switch halves at halftime. So
Matt, do you think switching sides could potentially get the advantage for other teams or really bring them down a lot?
definitely the potential for a little bit of advantage. You never know how the field is. You never know how the sun's like on one side. So you never know what's going to happen here. Goalie for Prendie will take that ball, take it out to the top of the box, and try to kick it in. Egan will take the ball at the top of the box. Now play it back for a shot, and it'll go wide of the net, and the Prendie goalie will take it out and look to throw it in.
Seems to look like Prendie's playing a better defense and better offensive game than they were at the this half now.
Egan will take it out, and they'll look to regroup and go back in, play it back to their defense around midfield. So, John, in blowouts like this, what we're seeing right now, teams start to put in some lower level players, some freshmen, some JV players, and how much of an impact can that have on you as a lower level player to help you like gain experience here?
That can definitely be good. Some of these lower players, they haven't really seen a varsity matchup before, so getting that exposure in can really, build them up as a player and get them ready for, when they start to grow up and start playing in these bigger teams.
Definitely confidence is everything here as there was a really good ball played on the right side, but Kamalikan's forward was just a little bit offside, and that's the second time they've been offside. So just a little off threading that needle, trying to get deeper into the offensive zone. Egan will come away from the ball with the ball after that little scrum at center, and it looks like it'll be a throw in on the right side, and it will be a throw in for Kamal Egan right in front of their own bench on the opposite side of the field. Egan will throw it in, gain possession, and now they're trying to tack up the middle, and they'll try to play it across, but a little bit of miscommunication results in the Prendie defender getting the ball. Prendie will try and break it out of their own end, but it's turned over by Conwell Egan. They'll get the ball moving to the middle with a shot, and the keeper will make the save. A little shaky on that save there, went in and out of her arms, but ultimately is able to hold on and get a stoppage for her team. And John, we've seen her take a lot of shots this game. She has saved a few, and how do you think she's been so far? Because you obviously can't blame all of this on a keeper.
Honestly, yes. Like so it's not really just the keeper's fault. It can be the team and the keeper's fault, but honestly, the keeper's been doing a good job stopping it. But honestly, it could just be the team's defense not really helping out the keeper. But we have been seeing her doing a little bit better keeping. So
Definitely, you can't always rely on your keeper. Definitely can't always rely on your keeper, especially in soccer where the net's so big and just one person guarding the net with no team defense is definitely almost an impossible task. So I'd say she's played pretty well so far, given the defense that's been in front of her this afternoon.
So, Matt, how important is this game in the standings?
Definitely every game that is related to a conference that's inside a conference is important, but games like this, it almost sounds wrong to keep scoring, but teams are definitely going to try and do that to help their standings. Goal differential is definitely a thing that will help a team get from like right outside a playoff spot into that playoff spot. So it might seem a little wrong for Conwell Egan to keep their foot on the gas, but it's no hard feelings. They're just trying to set their team up for the best future down the season. Egan will try to play this ball down the right side, and the forward racing to get it in. She'll keep it in, get a weak shot towards the box is taken away by a Prendie defender. A little bit of contact right inside the box. Egan will regain control again. Looked like it was going to be Prendie breaking out, but Egan will get the ball back.
again, Matt, just a really bad communication from the Prendie defense here.
You can also see that Egan has taken most of their starters out, so taking their foot a little bit off the gas, trying to get those freshmen, those JV players, those younger players, just trying to get them more experience, trying to build up their confidence, but definitely still trying to score here.
What difference has he made that has kind of stopped the Eagles from scoring in the first half?
I mean, definitely along with Conwell Egan putting in younger players, it does seem like on a couple goals, Prendie just kind of let the strikers walk right into the box, walk right into the middle. I think they have gotten a little more aggressive, tighten up their gaps because gap control is a huge part of defense, and that's something that can make or break on how well a defense plays as a whole. Just about 31 minutes remaining here in the second half, and it has been all Conwell Egan. But as we said just a few moments ago, Prendie has tightened up their defense a little bit. So could we see maybe Prendie making a bit of a push towards the other end and maybe try to get a goal or two?
I really do think if counter attack so far in the rest of this half, they will be able to squeeze out a few goals.
Here's Conwell Egan right back on the attack, trying to play this into the middle, one-on-one, and the Prendie defender knocks it back. Right back to the middle, Conwell Egan taking it back. Now going in on the right side for the attack. Pass to the middle of the box. A weak shot goes wide. Goes right to a Conwell Egan forward. She'll play back to the top of the box for a weak shot that goes over Prendie defender and on net. And she'll make the save and look to throw it out.
So, Matt, what type of impact on these sort of games that are really just a blowout can make an impact on just student athletes?
I think it can sometimes get you feeling a little bit down about your sport. You might be thinking, like, why am I doing this if we're just going to keep getting blown out or if we're just going to get blown out when we play this team? But that's where just having hope comes into play and just loving your sport. Because if you just love your sport, then you'll keep playing no matter what. So after a goal kick, Prendie's defense will try and break it out of their own end. And Kamaligan will take it back and attack now on the left side. And they'll bring it back to regroup.
So, Matt, how has the hit really shaped this game so far?
I think definitely controlling the midfield is a really big part of soccer. I know in hockey we talk about controlling the neutral zone, and that's where you regroup, that's where you attack, that's where everything starts from. So controlling the midfield is definitely a big part. That's where the team they get their momentum, they get set up to come in the offensive zone and attack. And Kamaligan's definitely controlled that so far. Kamaligan will throw it in right in front of us now on the right side. Longer throw in towards the middle of the box will get there. Trying to turn to the middle. The ball's kicked away by Prendie defenders and will roll in on goal. And she'll hold it and look for a throw in.
Yeah, I really do think Penny got lucky on that last play back there. They really just let that Conwell striker wide. That ball.
I do also give them credit on that. When they left her, they did leave her open, but once they saw she was open, two defenders collapsed in on her. So they are tightening up their defense from the first half. So give them credit for that. It's definitely hard to adjust on the fly like that, and they've been able to do that so far.
Definitely seeing some better defense from these guys.
That ball is out of bounds on Kamaligan. It will be a goal kick for Prendie from the box. Play right to the middle. The defender plays it right to the Egan striker. Doesn't have much space. Tries to get it away, and it will roll out of the box. So there was kind of a careless turnover from Prendie, and it results in Kamo Egan being right on the attack in their box, and they'll bring it all the way back to regroup. Prendie tries to break it out. It's turned over again. Here's a shot that goes wide left. And it will be another goal kick for Prendie. Goal kick goes into the middle for Prendie. And Kamaliga will get to that turnover. Another turnover by the Prendie defense. Turnover on the right side. Egan trying to get into the box. A weak shot. Roll it on goal. And the keeper will squeeze it and try to kick it out. Kick to the Prendie defense on the left side. And Egan will work it right back into their own zone. Another shot will go wide of the net and will be another goal kick for Prendie. Keeper will play it to the right side. Left side, excuse me, right at an Egan forward. It's kicked out of bounds behind the net. And that will be another goal kick. Third goal kick in a row for Prendie. Played to the right side of the box. They'll play it back to now the left side. And that kick is blocked by an Egan striker. And Prendie will regain possession and try and break it out. Now from the middle of the box. Playing it up and right at an Egan striker who takes a long shot that will go well wide of the net and will be another goal kick. Fourth goal kick in a row for Prendie.
One thing back team so far is really just clearing that ball out. That if they were to ball they might not.
Yeah, definitely their lack of ability to break the ball out, especially out of their own zone and past midfield, has shown in this game as the keeper will kick it to the right side and the defender will lose it to another attacking Kamaligan forward. Wheel to the middle. There's a shot in on the keeper that she'll set up to throw it out. Really taking your time here. Do you guys think she's trying to just run down the clock, just get this game over with?
Yeah, she's definitely trying to run down the clock. We only got 22 minutes left in the second half, so just trying to keep control and just let the time run out.
Conwell Egan has really just kept this ball on the defensive side of the half. Second half. I have got a good counterattack from Prendie.
Definitely. Just about almost no attack we've seen this game from Prendie, as Kamaligan will have a corner from the far side on the left. Low ball to the middle of the box is kicked away by Prendie. And Kamaligan will take it back outside the box, try to regroup and go back in. Fifty-fifty ball was hit out by Prendie, and it'll be a throw-in for Egan. Trying to throw it in down the right side. Play to the middle. And on the right side, a shot is blocked, and it will be another throw-in for Egan.
Something I just noticed like in that last play is Prendie just really bunches up when in those corners, and instead of just leaving one, maybe it's better to Well, they had 4 players in that corner at the time.
That can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Definitely an advantage because if you bunch up enough, then you'll block everything. But bunch up too much, and then once you get outside of those bunch defenders, everything's wide open. So definitely has worked a little more because Egan hasn't been able to find those open spaces. But we saw in the first half, Egan was all over them. Here's Prendie up at center, midfield, excuse me, trying to gain a little control. And it's knocked out of bounds, and it will be a throw in for Prendie right around midfield. Trying to turn the field here, move the ball up, get a shot, get a goal, try to get a lucky bounce. It's a deep throw in from the left side, and Egan will immediately gain possession and try to go back in on the attack. So annoying without names.
How much of a factor have these throw-ins and these corner kicks been during this game?
The set piece and corner is important for a game just because it gives you a chance to settle down and set up what you want to have happen. But yeah, if you're able to control those plays, then you'll be able to control the game. If you're able to get a majority of those plays, you'll be able to definitely win the game. Prendie trying to clear it out of their box now. They're able to, but Conwell will gain possession, try to go right back in on the attack.
It's really thinking they don't use like they are trying to kick with a perfect kick to a team or just trying to kick the ball out of their side of the half.
Definitely a good observation. Prendie definitely just, I see it now more that now that you mentioned it. They just seem to be like swinging their legs, just trying to kick, as you said, and not kick with a purpose. You can see Conwell again. That's how they get their crisp passing. They kick with a purpose, kick right at who they want, and it's just a clean pass. Prendie, it's just ball's kind of going all over the place. And Conwell will set up for a corner front of us on the right side. Lower kick to the right side of the box. Prendie will knock it out, and it will be another corner kick for Egan.
See, these corner kicks are just a very crucial part of this game. These corner kicks give the Eagles' defense offense just a really good chance to keep putting the ball right back in the box.
Definitely a way to keep the pressure on it. There's a very good corner kick, goes right through the box, and there's a kick there where you could have an opportunity for a header to try and put it in. As that long shot from outside the box will go behind the net, and subs will come in for Prendie. We are right around the 16.5 minute mark. And guys, what have we seen out of the second half? I know Conwell Egan's still definitely dominating, but it's still nothing in this half. What have we seen out of Prendie here that's kept it at that?
Definitely way better defense coming in from Prendie to the second half, and maybe not the best offense, but they have shown a little bit better offense in the first half.
Honestly, what I've observed in the second half so far is the fatigue that's really shown on the Eagles' offense and on the Prendie defense. Both teams aren't really having as much possession of the ball as they did in the first half.
Definitely give credit to that Prendie defense. We know they haven't really been dominant this game, but their defense has tightened up, as we've said. The little bunches of players in an area has definitely seemed to work and shut down any Kamaliga movement towards the net. As here's a little race to the ball on the right side. Egan will come away with it, try to set up in the middle, right side, top of the box. tried to pass it across. They'll get it. And you can just see the Prendie defenders are just bunching right around the player with the ball, not really giving them any time and space, which Egan had way too much of in the first half.
I think one major that Prendie has made on the second half is that they are not coming too far up on defense. They were just coming way too far up, and the pace difference between Conwell, Egan, and Prendie was just not a smart decision by Prendie to come that far up and give that much space to kick and chase against them.
Definitely pinching up too much, bad gap control gives the other team a lot of space. And if you pinch or gap all the way up to, say, the top of the box and a player gets behind you, it's just one-on-one with the keeper. And that's extremely difficult for the keeper to win those one-on-ones. So definitely much better gap control for Prendie has resulted in better defense and less of an offensive push from Conwell Egan. They'll throw it in from the far left side. And now they'll bring it back to regroup. A long shot from outside, saved by the keeper. That was a pretty good save from a long shot. And we talked earlier about the Conwell Egan goalie getting a little tired because she's kind of out of the picture right now. But Prendie's defense hasn't really allowed many shots. So do you guys think the goalie was a little tired on that one and she had to stay sharp for that? Egan had a big push up the left side, and here's a shot that goes off the post. The keeper was definitely there for that one, but a very good shot for Conwell Egan, probably their best of the half. I'm trying to move it up from the right side, pushing it to the middle. Conwell Egan just trying to find that open pass, trying to find that soft space. Here's a pass out to the top of the box, and a weak shot will go wide, and it'll be a goal kick. So we saw there, that was probably Conwell Egan's best little time of possession. They were just kind of moving it around, trying to find that soft, soft field to get the pass there.
Now, Matt, talk about the mistakes back here. What are the mistakes that
I think definitely, especially in the second half, they might be rushing a little too much, taking too many shots. I know taking shots is a good thing, but too many shots can just throw an offense off because you don't really have time to get set up. You're just always throwing it at the net, which definitely is a good thing, but in quantity, quality over quantity.
Definitely do agree with that. The not just thinking and just shooting. I mean, it is okay, but honestly, I think it's better just to think about your shot and then just shoot and not just shoot mindlessly.
That ball was out on Prendie, and Egan will throw it in from this side.
That is another major factor in this game. During those set pieces, those throw-ins, and those corner kicks, you see that Conwell Egan's offense has just really moves around. They don't stay in one space. Unlike Prendie during this game, they don't really give that much room, that much space to the person that has the ball. They just stay in one space.
Definitely a factor, and you can see a little bit of miscommunication there. The defender was just kind of bringing it right back into the box. The keeper was yelling for her to just give it up and let her have it. And how was miscommunication played into the game this far?
It is really just the miscommunication defense, letting a goal in the first half, letting the Conwell Egan strikers walk right through them. That made second half. Kind of
There was a weak shot on goal from the left side, held by the keeper, and she will bring it out to play it. Here's another set piece that is big in soccer, the keeper coming out to play it, and she hasn't really had the strongest of plays the from the box playing it out to her team. How has that also affected the game?
playing it poorly out to the outside.
not play it well to outside, you're not going to be able to build the counterattacks. So eventually,
Definitely, we talked about set pieces. That's where a team gets set up. That's how they start their attack. Starting their attack also all starts all the way back at your own net. How you can break out of your own zone, and um, the keeper does start with that. She has played pretty well given the defense in front of her, but that is definitely an area she can grow in skill. Just about 10 minutes left here in this second half. Conwell leading Prendie 9-0. Conwell will go back on the attack from the left side.
Matt, if you think Prendie would have played this way all game, what do you think the difference in the game would have been?
I mean, since the second half started, it's been 0-0. So I think it would definitely be a much tighter game if Prendie was able to keep this defensive strategy through the first half. But if they this is something that they can learn for their coming games because every game's a lesson. Another corner from Egan off the outside of the post. Looked like a different setup. Looked like the players were starting from the top of the box and then running in towards the ball, not set up in the box. But one of the better corners we've seen go off the outside of the net. Now here's a shot from outside the box on the left side that will go out of bounds and will be a goal kick for Prendie. You saw the Conwell Egan forward running it down. She really gave all her effort. How was effort played into this game?
night and day, I mean,
That's definitely a factor that separates good teams from great teams. As Conwell Egan back on the attack, ball got away from the forward a little there, and I think it went out of bounds or there was a foul call. There's definitely some contact there, but that's been another thing that Conwell Egan's had a little bit of a problem with the second half, just getting the ball cleanly into the box and cleanly getting shots on goal. They've had shots, but they haven't really been of high quality.
Yeah, it seems that they're really just trying to shoot at this point. I think they're just trying to run up the score. What do you think, Matt?
I think, like we said earlier, they're definitely in the back of their mind. They're trying to look at the standings and just try to get the best goal differential possible. So that's definitely playing a factor in how they're playing. Probably just trying to force it a little too much. There was an attack from the left middle side, went off the outside of the net, and you see that's where Prendie's defense kind of tightened up a little. It's difference from the first half. They swarmed the forward that was coming in with the ball, and she didn't really have a lot of time and space to get a shot away. That's where we said time and space is can be a monumental difference in games. As that shot deflected off the defender, and it will be a corner kick for Conwell Egan. Egan rushes the net now. In the air, the shot deflects and it will go over the net. The keeper was there. She did get her hands on it, and I believe it will be another corner for Conwell Egan.
With all these corners by Conwell Egan, we get to see a single corner from that's
Yeah, it is. I mean, they haven't gotten much attacking at all in this game, so definitely with that, you won't get those chances. Corners and throw-ins, things like that from your own end, they're rewards getting for having a good attack in the zone, and that really hasn't been there for Prendie. Here's a long shot from Conwell Egan from the outside of the box, and there is their first goal of the second half. That will make it 10-0 at right around the 6-minute mark. And there was another shot that they just put on net, but that one was a much higher quality shot. What did we see out of that?
um see
that is just what happens when you really just settle down and think about your shot set, shooting.
Definitely, you could see her instead of the other shots we've seen from Conwell Egan that just kind of rolled on the ground and went wide of the net. She definitely had some time, looked up, and put a nice clean foot on it to get that in the net. That was definitely a very good shot.
Yeah, it definitely looks like she definitely shot with purpose with 2 scores. That's what we broke down.
So after Prendie will start it at midfield, Egan will play it in, and there's a shot that goes in.
Oh, and
That was a
just
very impressive goal from the Common League striker. She just took it right down the right side, was able to tuck it on that side off the post and in.
just once again thinking about their shots, not just shooting just to shoot. They're just thinking about their shots.
And after that goal, the official will call the game, and that will be an 11-0 victory for Common League, and a clean sheet for the keeper, and just an all-around dominant performance from Kamaligan. What did we see out of that game? What made Kamaligan so successful?
So first we saw that the amazing offense that they were showing in the first half, always having control of the ball, and Prendie really just not showing the best defense in the second half, just keeping control near the net and not letting Prendie really go off to their offensive game.
So, guys, after a blowout like this for Prendie, it can definitely affect your morale. So, what can they do to just go forward? We said that at the end of that second half, or during that second half, their defense got a little better. How can they learn from this game to be ready for their next game?
I would say Prendie would definitely have to work on them getting the ball out to the outside. Work stuff. They did not have good pass. I have yet to see a solid shot from Prendie. That is a major problem. Not get shot that will not be able to.
Honestly, I would just take this loss, take it as a lesson, and then just realize their mistakes and put it into the next game of their season.
Definitely. And finally, before we close here, that was a very dominant victory, obviously, for Conwell Egan. How can they take that and propel it to help them with the rest of the season?
I would say they definitely have to continue with their pace of game. They were so quick to the ball, and they were winning every single 50-50 ball that they played. They did not give up the ball.
Honestly, just keep the same pace going, keep the confidence going, and they can just keep winning more games like this.
So, yes, definitely a very good game from Conwell Egan. All around good effort. Everyone did their part. So, all around, just a very good win for Conwell Egan. So, thank you for joining us for that game. Conwell Egan defeats Prendie 11-0 in this PCL game.